Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Thanks very much for watching, and this is Adrian for 44 Degrees Motorbike Adventures. And in this video today I am going to show you how to disassemble a fork. If you haven't seen my previous video on how to remove your forks from your Transalp 700, have a look at that and I'll show you how to remove your forks. In this video we're going to disassemble the fork. We're going to inspect the fork components. We're going to replace the oil, replace the seals, and replace the dust cap. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a fork protection, which is from a service that I got. Right? So if you have nothing to do, grab a favorite drink and stay with me. Alright everybody, so we have the manual here. And when the part of disassemble the forks, so we need to do a few things. We need to remove the dust seal. We need to remove the stopper ringer, which is the one that holds the seal. We need to release the cap, drain the oil, take the spring off, and then release the center bolt stand so we can take the fork apart. So I got the fork, one of the forks here, so we're going to do this one first and then we'll do the next one. So yes, let's start then. Let's just remove the dust cap and the stopper ringer and go from there. Alright, so make sure you have a bucket to drain the oil, and make sure you have places to put like the spring and things like that, because it's going to be a dirty job now. We don't want it to spread oil all over the table, so make sure that you prepare yourself first. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so got the fork right here, and we're going to remove the dust cap. So what I would recommend you guys to do is to put a rag right here, right, so you don't mist when you're trying to open these and hit the fork here and dent, and if you do, you're gonna have a problem because your seals are gonna leak. So just be on the safe side, put a rag there, and basically what you need to do, very gentle, is to start releasing the dust cap. That should be it. Right, and that's the dust cap there. Okay. It's cracking a bit here, so we're gonna have to replace this one. I'm just gonna put like that. Okay, so that's the dust cap right there. Okay, now we need to remove the stopper ringer. Give it a clean a bit. Alright, so hopefully you guys can see, but there's a groove in there, right? And we're just gonna squeeze that and ply it out. Just gonna one side is out. There you go, it just popped, right? And that's the stopper ringer. Okay, so I'm going to slide it up, right? And now we got the fork seals there. So manual says now that we need to take the cap, which is this one here, and then drain the oil. Now the cap is under pressure, so be very careful when you removing it. I'm gonna get my bucket ready here. Okay. Move this a bit there, and so the manual says to remove the cap. Okay, so we're gonna do that and drain the oil. So what we're gonna do, we're going to put the fork down. We're gonna tie up a cloth here so we can remove this. Okay, and I'm just gonna rub it. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're going to release it and very slowly Alright, so it's out now. Okay, that's the spring there. That's the cap. Put the cap down here. And this oil stinks, man. Alright, so let's grab a oil spring. I'm gonna put oil spring. There. Shit. Alright. That's our spring there. I'm gonna drain the oil now. Okay. As you can see now. Put this. Oh, this oil. Ew, man. This is stinks. I'm gonna drain the oil. And what you need to do, you need to pump a few times. Alright, so the oil is drained also. Alright, so now we're gonna have to do, just gonna set this aside here. Put this cloth here. Right, so now we're gonna need to do is we need to remove the forks and the bolt stand, right? So it's this one. Now, one thing here, it's this, right? If you don't need to replace the seals and if you don't need to check your forks internals, the component is this inside here, right? So if you're only gonna change the oil, that's basically what you need to do, and then you can clean it up, the fork, and then replace the oil, right? But if you want to replace the seal and check the inside here, you're going to have to disassemble this part here. So you have to take this out, right? So that's what we're going to do now. Let's take this bolt out. There's a bolt and the washer right there. Okay, so we keep that there. Okay, right. Now we need to split the fork apart. So we're going to have to remove the piston. Right. Okay, let's remove the piston that's inside here. I'll show you. Alright, so the piston is now loosed inside there. Okay, it came here. There's quite a lot of oil inside still. So we're gonna try to drain this more. Make sure you wear gloves, plenty of rags, because this oil stinks really bad. So try to see if we can drain this a bit more. That's it. So I'm going to remove that. Okay. Alright. So that's the piston. And the spring. Put here. Right. Now, see if we need more oil here. I think you're finished. So now what we need to do, we need to remove the split the fork apart, right? And what we do, well, how we do this is by holding the fork here and then doing this, right? So that should have come apart, right? There you go. Okay, fork is apart now. Okay, this now we're going to show this drains. Spilling all over the place. Okay. Let it drain a bit here. Just gonna let it drain in the finger. Oops, move this out. Keep an eye on this. This is that's your seal. That's, oh Jesus, there's loads of oil here coming out. Right, that's your seal. This rubber here, right? That's your oil seal. The backup ring, and the sliding bush, right? Okay, so we need to inspect this, and that we need to inspect this guy. So see the order that they are in and the way they are. Just pay attention on that, okay? And take pictures if you need to. Just make sure that when you put it back the same way it was before. And also make sure you go through the menu. All right, Okay, so let's just get some cloths here and clean up a bit of this mess here before I start taking it apart. Alright, so okay, so that is going to be replaced. Right, that's the seal. It's going to be replaced. Just check the stopper ringer. Right, that's your, as I say, slider. You need to check this guy here. Right, it's basically, there's a groove here. I'm just going to clean it a bit, take all this oil out. Alright, there's a you need to check this guy here inside, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to clean everything, and then we're going to put everything together. So let's take this out now. See the way they got in, right? There's a groove, the groove goes underneath, right? The flat part goes on top. Just pay attention to that. Okay. Inside here, okay, we have there's a spring, right? And that's this part here. See the way it came out? That's the way it's gonna go in. Alright. That goes inside the piston. Okay. That's the oil lock piece. Okay. Look at that. The oil lock piece. So that's what it is. I'll clean that too. Okay. And that will goes like that. Okay. Alright, so what we're gonna do now, it's what we need to do now, it's we need to inspect these guys here. We need to polish this fork here in order for us to put the new seal, right? Okay. We need to put a new seal. So the seal goes like that. Okay. Alright. So and we need to polish it out because there's a bit of rust here where the braces of the holds the fork in place. So we need to polish it out here before we put the new seal, because if you try to do that before that, what is going to happen is you're going to damage the new seal and then you're going to have a leak. So we're going to get the seal and then polish this guy here, right? So that's what we're going to do. So let's do that and inspect these guys here. Alright everybody, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do a few checks, right? Just to make sure everything is fine. So first thing we're going to do is check your spring, right? Now I tied a little cable here just so I know that this is the way it came out. This is the top. I don't know if it makes any difference, but I just decided to do that just to make sure I put it exactly the way it was. All right, your spring should be according to the manual, should it be 23.96 inch or 60.9 centimeters, right? So basically what you do is you need just to measure that. And that one is fine, perfect, right? That's the first check, okay, done. Second thing you need to check your, no, I haven't picked these guys out yet, right? Might take them out, and they go like that, okay, like that. So what we need to do now is check the, just give a quick wipe, okay, and check for marks, dent, things like that. Make sure, if it is, you're not gonna need to, if it either get a little bit of sand and sand it a bit. Just be careful when you're sanding. Don't use like a too hard sand paper. Use a very fine steel wool or something like that. Just check that. That seems to be fine. The part that you need to check is from here down, because that's what's going inside the seal. Okay. Also, we're gonna check this. Just make sure that there's no dents. Like there's a dent here, a bit here, but it's not a bad. It's just an outside thing. Cracks, things like that. I'm gonna clean this up as well. Okay. You need to check your piston, right, and the rebound spring. Make sure it's all good. Make sure there's no marks of wear and tear. You need to check also as well is this here, which is the piston ring. Okay, make sure it's fine. This is pretty new for me. It's good enough, right? So that's the checks, and let's see what the manual say. You need also to do a few other things. Like I don't have the tools here to do, but like this fork is pretty new. You need to measure the fork tube run out in a dial indicator. So I don't have a dial indicator, but the fork seems to be pretty new. It's not too bad. This bike is being very well taken care of, so there's no need for that, unless if your fork is really damaged, marks and tear and wear, then you need to do that. So that's the checks. You need also to check this guy here, right? You need to take that out. This guy here, there's a groove here. You need to just pop it out. Alright, so I took that out here. We're just gonna, there you go. And we're just gonna clean that a bit to check inside. So we check inside that. See, don't know if you can see that. Might turn on the light. A second. Turn on this light too. Right, and you can see there is actually a wear here, there, a bit there. You see the copper part of it, and then you can see that there is actually parts of it is actually showing metal, so you might need to actually replace this guy. So we're gonna just put it back where it was, and we're gonna have to get a new one to replace this. Right. There you go. So we might need to get a new one. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. We're gonna get this steel wood now to clean, and we're gonna clean this guy here, and we'll be right back. Alright everybody, so as you can see here, the two forks disassembled, they are cleaned. I used a steel brush like this one here to remove like the rust that was here, and give a quick polish to the tube here, just like so when we put on new seal that doesn't damage the seal. I have actually cleaned the inside of the tube, and what I use mineral spirits, which is just white spirits, and clean also the springs. So now I'm waiting for parts to finish off the forks. I need to replace the sliding bush, which is this one here, and I need to replace, since I'm going to buy that one, I'm going to replace this one as well, and replace the seal, and that's replace also the washer for the copper washer for the screws and things like that. So I just ordered kit, so it should come hopefully soon, and in the next video I will be showing you exactly how to assemble back, and how to add the oil, the quantity of oil, how to make sure that you actually put the right amount and leave the right space at the top. So stay tuned for that video. Anyway everybody, so this is it. This is how you disassemble a fork on a Transalp 700. Keep in mind those things that I've just showed you in the video, which is to make sure you check the parts, how they come out from the fork, so you can put them all together in the same order they came out. Have your manual with you. That's the best thing that you can have, just in case if you got a problem you can sort it out. Keep an eye for the next video where I'm going to show you how to actually assemble, as I say. So thanks very much for watching, and if you like this video, please click on the thumbs up, and if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing, and that helps me a lot. Alright, thanks very much everybody, so I'll see you next time.